Assalamu alaikum students, hope you all are fine, and I am here again with some videos on the next topic which we will be discussing inshallah in our additional mathematics class. We were discussing how to solve simultaneous linear equation in two unknowns in the previous class. So we were solving some questions of exercise 2.1. Now we will be moving forward with our next topic, that is simultaneous linear and non-linear equations in two unknowns. This is basically very much similar to the previous topic. In this topic, the only change is that we will be giving a linear equation and a non-linear equation, and we have to solve, means we have to find the value of the variables. And how many variables are there? There are two unknowns, means there are two variables in the equation. So this video is basically in this video we'll be solving a question, and the question is example number 2, which you can see at the bottom of the page. The purpose of this video is to help you students and to understand this topic. And so I know that you don't have the book, so I decided to make this video so that we will note down the questions of exercise 2.2 as well, so that if you don't have your books with you, you can take a note from this video the questions which we'll be solving in our class. So moving on with the topic is basically simultaneous linear and non-linear equation in two unknowns. And I told you that we'll be solving example number 2 in this video, in which we have one linear equation, that is 2x plus y equals to 1, and one non-linear equation, that is y square plus 2x plus 3 whole square is equals to 10. You can also define a linear equation in such a way that an equation which is when plotted on a graph forms a straight line. The equation is called a linear equation, and the equation which when plotted on a graph does not form a straight line is called a non-linear equation. So you have two ways to describe a linear equation. The first one is the degree of the variable, the power of the variable. You know that in linear equation the highest power of the variable is 1. So if an equation in which the highest power of variable is 1, so it is called a linear equation. Or you can also define it that if the equation is plotted on a graph and it forms a straight line, so we will be calling that equation a linear equation. So I guess you guys have an idea now what will be our topic for the next class. This type of questions is very much easy, but the problem in these questions is that the working is quite lengthy, and you have to make sure that you are completing all the steps. If you are not completing all the steps, there will be a chance of error. So I have solved this example again on some sticky notes, because the solution given in this book is quite short and simple, and I don't think that you will be quite able to understand this, because there are a lot of confusions in this. So I decided to solve it on some sticky notes. This is the question, basically y square plus 2x plus 3 whole square is equals to 10. This is our first equation, and the second equation is 2x plus y equals to 1. So we have two equations, one is non-linear and the other one is a linear equation. Before starting this question, I just want you to revise some identities we discussed in our previous class, in class 8. I told you about some identities. There are some identities, there are some mathematical algebraic formulas which we have to memorize. These are basically the first and the second identity, a plus b whole square, which is equals to a square plus 2ab plus b square. And the second identity was a minus b whole square, which is equals to a square minus 2ab plus b square. So these were the two identities which we have to memorize, and we will apply these identities in this question. So how we will apply it, we will now start with the solution. So this is basically my question, and I have a linear equation and a non-linear equation. In order to solve a linear and a non-linear equation together, first we will find out we will make a subject. From equation number 2, we will pick a variable and make it a subject. Since there is a 2x in equation 1 and there is a 2x in equation number 2, so I am going for x. I will make 2x as my subject, and I will just shift this y on other side, so it will become minus y. So it will become 2x is equals to 1 minus y, which is the required equation, that is equation number 3. वी आर सॉल्विंग दिस बाय सब्स्टिट्यूशन मेथड। हम लोग इसको सब्स्टिट्यूशन मेथड से सॉल्व कर रहे हैं, और सब्स्टिट्यूशन मेथड में हम लोग जो है वो एक इक्वेशन सेलेक्ट करते थे और उसमें से एक वेरिएबल को सब्जेक्ट बना लेते थे। यही काम मैंने यहाँ किया है। वी हैव टू इक्वेशंस एंड आई हैव पिक द लीनियर इक्वेशन। आप भी हमेशा लीनियर इक्वेशन को पिक करोगे एंड यू विल मेक अ सब्जेक्ट। सिंस 2x पहली इक्वेशन में मौजूद था तो इसी वजह से मैंने 2x को सब्जेक्ट बनाया, वरना मैं y को भी सब्जेक्ट बना सकता था और मेरे आंसर एग्जैक्टली वही आते जो x के आएंगे। लेकिन सिंस 2x इज प्रेजेंट इन इक्वेशन नंबर 1, सो आई एम गोइंग फॉर 2x। मैं 2x के लिए जा रहा हूँ। तो 2x को सब्जेक्ट बनाने के लिए इस प्लस y को मुझे दूसरी साइड पे शिफ्ट करना पड़ेगा, तो मेरी रिक्वायर्ड इक्वेशन आ जाएगी 2x इज इक्वल्स टू 1 माइनस वाई। नाउ आई विल पुट द वैल्यू ऑफ 2x इन इक्वेशन नंबर 1। इस इक्वेशन नंबर 1 में जो मेरे पास इक्वेशन नंबर 1 है, इसमें 2x की जगह पे मैं ये वैल्यू पुट कर दूंगा, दैट इज इक्वल्स टू 1 माइनस वाई। वाई स्क्वायर विल बी एज इट इज़, क्योंकि क्वेश्चन में देखिए सबसे पहले वाई स्क्वायर है, तो वाई स्क्वायर विल बी एज इट इज़। उसके बाद प्लस का साइन है तो प्लस का साइन भी एज इट इज़ आ गया है। उसके बाद मैंने ब्रैकेट यूज़ किया है, ब्रैकेट में पहले 2x है, तो 2x की जगह पे अब मैं क्या लिखूंगा, 1 माइनस वाई। तो 2x की जगह पे मैंने 1 माइनस वाई लिख दिया, और फिर आगे प्लस 3 है तो मैंने एज इट इज़ प्लस 3 और होल स्क्वायर लिख दिया इक्वल्स टू 10। ऐसे ही किया मैंने सिर्फ 2x की जगह पे 1 माइनस वाई पुट कर दिया। जब मैं इसको आगे सॉल्व करूँगा तो ये वाई स्क्वायर एज इट इज़ हो जाएगा। जब मैं ये ब्रैकेट हटाऊंगा तो ये 1 प्लस का 1 और ये प्लस का 3 4 हो जाएगा, और ये माइनस वाई एज इट इज़ हो जाएगा, और ये होल स्क्वायर बन जाएगा, ठीक है, इक्वल्स टू 10। तो मेरे पास वाई स्क्वायर प्लस 4 माइनस वाई का होल स्क्वायर इज इक्वल्स टू 10 आ जाएगा। अब जो ट्रिकी पार्ट है वो यहाँ से स्टार्ट हो रहा है, क्योंकि मुझे अब 4 माइनस वाई को ओपन करना है, और मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा कि मैं इस 4 माइनस वाई को किस तरह ओपन करूँ। तो इसीलिए मैंने आपको ये आइडेंटिटीज़ जो है थोड़ा सा रिवाइज कराई थी, बिकॉज दिस पार्ट विल बी सॉल्व बाय आइडेंटिटी। मैं 4 माइनस वाई होल स्क्वायर को इस तरह ओपन नहीं कर सकता। आई हैव टू यूज़ आइडेंटिटीज़। मुझे आइडेंटिटीज़ यूज़ करनी पड़ेंगी, और मुझे देखना पड़ेगा कि ये बेसिकली कौन सी आइडेंटिटी है, पहली है कि दूसरी। तो ये नेगेटिव साइन जो है बेसिकली मुझे बताएगा कि ये आइडेंटिटी नंबर 2 है, जो कि ए स्क्वायर माइनस 2ab प्लस बी स्क्वायर के बराबर होती है, ठीक है। सो आई विल बी अप्लाइंग दिस आइडेंटिटी नाउ। वाई स्क्वायर मैंने एज इट इज़ लिख लिया है। अब मैं ये आइडेंटिटी अप्लाई कर रहा हूँ। अगर मैं इस आइडेंटिटी को गौर से देखूँ तो ए की जगह पे मेरे पास 4 लिखा हुआ है, और बी की जगह पे मेरे पास वाई है, ठीक है। तो आइडेंटिटी कहती है कि स्क्वायर ऑफ ए, तो ए की जगह पे 4 था तो 4 का स्क्वायर, माइनस का साइन एज इट इज़। फिर आइडेंटिटी कहती है 2 टाइम्स ए मल्टीप्लाई बाय बी, तो 2 टाइम्स ए की जगह पे मेरे पास 4 लिखा हुआ है, और बी की जगह पे मेरे पास y लिखा हुआ है, तो 4 और y को मैंने ब्रैकेट में लिख दिया, फिर पॉजिटिव साइन एंड देन स्क्वायर ऑफ b मेरे पास y है, तो स्क्वायर ऑफ b मीन्स y स्क्वायर, और इक्वल्स टू 10 मैंने एज इट इज़ लिख दिया। y स्क्वायर प्लस 16, 4 का स्क्वायर 16 माइनस 2 4 8, 8y प्लस y स्क्वायर। This positive 10 will move on this side and it will become minus 10 equals to 0. This y square and this y square will be 2y square minus 8y as it is. This plus 16 and minus 10 will be plus 6 equals to 0. Since there is something common between the three terms, so I will take these 2 as common, because 2 is common between the three terms, so 2 will be taken as common. Y square will be remaining in the first term, then a negative sign. Since I have taken 2 as common, so 2 multiplied by 4 is 8, so 4y plus sign as it is, and 2 multiplied by 3 is 6, and this 2 will be going on other sides, and it will get divided by 0. 0 divided by 2 is 0, so my final quadratic expression is y square minus 4y, quadratic equation is y square minus 4y equals to 3 equals to 0. So this is basically the trick of the question. I told you guys that there is a very long working in this question. That's why I have showed it in the way. In the book, the solution is quite simple and quite short, but I hope this will create a lot of confusion. That's why I have solved it in a very detailed manner. So now I have a quadratic expression, and quadratic equation, and I know that quadratic equation can be solved by a method that is called a middle term breaking method. So we will be applying the middle term breaking method, because there is nothing common between y square, 4y and 3, so I have to break the middle term, and I will break minus 4y in such a way that I will be getting the corners. This is a method for applying middle term. what we do, we just multiply the corners. The corner is y square and 3. So we will just multiply 3 and y square and we'll write it over here like this. And then we will write the middle term with the sign over here. Now we will start making factors of 3. The factors of 3 is 1 over 3, 1 multiplied by 3. And we know that 1 plus 3 is 4. So we will be picking these two numbers and we will be assigning them a minus sign because we have to add them. We have to add them. That's why we are giving it them the minus sign. So I have broken down my middle term into two, minus 1y and minus 3y. I will put them over here and then I will take common from these two. Y square minus y, I will take y as common. The remaining will be y minus 1. And then I will take minus 3 as common and the remaining will be y minus 1. These two brackets are exactly same. This means I have applied the middle term method correctly. Now I will take y minus 1 as common and the remaining thing will be written inside the bracket, that is y minus 3. And since these both brackets are equal to 0, so we can apply the 0 property. First y minus 1 will be equal to 0, so y will be equal to 1, and y minus 3 equals to 0 and y will be equal to 3. So now since this is a quadratic equation, the value of y will be 2 because the highest power is 2, so there will be two answers. So now I have got the value of y. The value of y is 1 and 3. So now I will use these two values, and now I will put them in this equation to get the value of x. So first I will put y is equals to 1 in this equation. 2x is equals to 1 minus y. When I will put y is equals to 1, 1 minus 1 will be 0 and x will be equals to 0. And when I will put y is equals to 3 in this equation, it will become 1 minus 3, that is minus 2. And this 2 will get on other side and get divided, and I will get the value of x is equals to minus 1. So my final answer will be x is equals to 0, y is equals to 1. When x is equals to 0, y is equals to 1. And when x is equals to minus 1, y is equals to 3. Since this was a non-linear equation, so I will be getting 2 answer of x and 2 answer of y. So this was a very lengthy question. The question was easy. You are using two new concepts. The first one is the identity and the second one is the middle term breaking method. So you will be applying these two concepts on every question almost. So that's why I made a video on that, so that you guys can see it and get your concepts clear. So I will be solving some more questions from exercise 2.2. I am showing you some questions. If you don't have the book, you can start your practice. If this video is helpful for you and you are and your concept is clear, so you can start solving this 2.2. We have lots of questions in this exercise and almost all questions are of same type. We have to solve them, and we are provided with two equations. The first one is non-linear and the second one is linear. So you can pause this video and you can write the questions. So I hope your concept is a little bit clear. We'll be solving some more questions and that will inshallah help you. So until then, take care. Allah Hafiz.